I am on live with Mr. Africa. Many of us know you as Mr. Africa, but his name is Emmanuel. I had the honor of interviewing this young man a few years back regarding his cure from sickle cell anemia. And if you want more information about that video, you can inbox us later on. But Emmanuel has been cured. He was a sickle cell anemia patient or individual living with sickle cell anemia, and by undergoing transfusion, he has been able to be cured from the sickle cell anemia. And now we find out through social media that he has been hospitalized with the coronavirus. We were very shocked and had to, quickly pull him in to talk to him about how he's doing. So once again, welcome, Mr. Africa. Welcome, Emmanuel. We thank you so much for your time to sit and chat with us. And we're very sorry again for for this demise that's happening to you right now. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Now, I was very shocked when I found out, a friend of mine inboxed me and sent me a video that you had posted on Instagram about you being hospitalized because of, for the coronavirus. How are you doing, and what was the symptoms that transpired or that you were feeling that got you to go to the hospital to get tested?
So far I'm doing okay. I'm getting better. The video that I posted on social media, I posted it for a reason. I wanted to bring like awareness because for the past few weeks I've been traveling a lot. So I came back on Atlanta, Georgia. That was when I started getting the symptoms on Sunday in the plane. I actually took the train in Atlanta, Georgia, which I haven't taken the train in so many years.
So, from what I understood from what you said you were on tour around that time. That's when you felt the symptoms, or how long, did you, from the time you felt, a little discomfort, how long did it take you to go into the hospital to get tested?
On Sunday, I got back to Boston from Atlanta, Georgia. So on that Sunday, that was when I started feeling symptoms like dry throat, sore throat, and on Monday, I started coughing. I didn't really see it like it's anything serious like the virus. So on Tuesday, I woke up with fever of 104. Excuse me. Sorry.
When you woke up with a fever, is that what drew you to the hospital to get tested?
No, I actually didn't go to the hospital when I woke up with the fever. So what I did was I was following like the instructions from transplant days. So if I have a fever, what I'm supposed to be doing. So I took Tylenol and I started feeling some pains like chest pains and also right side pains, and I decided to take tramadol because I take that for pain. But I take that like as needed. And then on Wednesday, I took a nap like around 11 a.m. Took a nap, woke up around 3 p.m. and things started getting worse. Like when I was coughing, and whenever I cough some stuff out, and there's like blood in it. I was feeling very, very weak, very tired, like lightheaded as well. So that was when I called my transplant doctor, and I told her these are the symptoms that I'm having, and I had a fever, and she told me I shouldn't even drive to the hospital. I should just call 911 for them to pick me up. So they came to my house and picked me up, brought me here. Because I was exposed to it, she was very, very worried because of everything that was going on. So that was why I made the first video and I put it up on YouTube as my day one in isolation room. And then the second video was the one that I made, telling people that I got tested. First test was positive and the second test was negative. And then they did another third test. The third test actually, before I got on this live right now, the third test just came. So the third test came in as negative. So meaning that if I get two negatives, I do not have it. If I have two positives, I do have it. So I have two
Oh,
negatives now.
wow.
So I don't have it. Yeah.
Oh, well, we thank God for that. We thank God for that. We don't have this vicious coronavirus that's going around in this whole world. Um, we thank God for it. But as far as you testing, so they had to do three tests. The first one came back positive. The second one was
Yeah.
negative, and you took a third one.
Yeah.
But before you took all these tests, you were isolated. Tell me more about the isolation process, how you felt mentally, emotionally. What is the precaution, and how, mentally, how was it affecting you?
So the isolation process basically is like you feel like you're in jail because it's like even the food that if you want food or something, they don't bring it inside. They put it into a little box for you to pick it up. And when the nurses are dressing and coming in, they dress up like they're going to space. They have this helmet.
Wow.
It's different from like the one that the Chinese people use. So it's way different. They have a helmet that has oxygen in it that passes through it. So that's how I'm able to get my food sometimes. I get FaceTime calls from the doctors, can be here. Yeah, and I cannot even go out.
Wait,
I
you
cannot,
get
nobody can
FaceTime
come in,
calls from
no
the
family
doctors, so the
members.
doctors don't so the doctors don't
Yeah, the
actually
doctors
come
just
into your
FaceTime
room.
me.
They do FaceTime.
No, yeah, FaceTime. I have an iPad whereby they give me an iPad whereby they communicate with me through the iPad. Yeah,
So if it's negative of the coronavirus, then I'm assuming it's some kind of a cold or some kind of a fever or like the flu, possibly the flu, maybe. Did they tell you what you may possibly have?
yeah. They said it's something else. It's not the flu, but it's other human something virus that I have. That's what they said. But they said it's not the flu. It's something else, something different. But even though it's negative, they still wouldn't want to be around me. So now they're limiting the traffic coming in.
Even though you tested negative for the coronavirus, you're still being kept on isolation.
Yeah, so probably tomorrow or maybe tonight, and then I'll go home. But with the
Wow.
isolation, it's
Okay.
very it security is very tight. Like it's very tight here. Like before you even get to the floor whereby there's people here, on this whole floor there's 25 patients with the virus on this whole floor. It's just for the
Wait, can you repeat that?
people.
Can you repeat that? You said on
25,
your the floor that you're on, there's how many patients infected with the coronavirus?
25 people. There's 25 people so far on just this floor. People with the virus.
And can you please kind of let the viewers know where you are right now? Like what hospital? Is it possible to identify your
Yeah.
location and where you are? So,
Right now I'm at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts. Brigham and Women's Hospital.
and you're saying
So the
there's
25 patients, the 25 patients,
25 patients on your
are
floor. Uh huh.
yeah on this floor are possible. Some are possible. Have they have the coronavirus and some do not have it. But everyone on this floor is only here because of the coronavirus. But all 25, they have the possible virus. That's why they are all here. And security is very tight actually. So nobody, no, you wouldn't see any patient, no family members or friends here. It's just security just down the whole hall, just watching, monitoring. So yeah,
Wow. But the good news is that you have a possibility of being discharged possibly tomorrow to go home. What advice, what
yeah.
precautions would you give to those of you who are, to the many who are listening and seeing this video right now? Because how you contracted it, do you even have any idea? I know being in the crowded places, you're not sure how, of course, being in a large environment, the likelihood of you getting some kind of infection is very high. What advice would you give to people who are being very nonchalant out there and not taking the necessary precautions?
The only advice I'm going to give people is that they should keep on washing their hands, just like they're saying. And any little symptoms that they notice, they should call the doctor as soon as possible, because if you do not call your doctor and let them know, you can actually infect other 10 people, and the 10 people will turn into 100, a lot of people. So you don't want to do that. So you follow the instructions that they're giving you out there. Drink water as well, and also keeping yourself clean, washing and cleaning your the knobs with wipes. So yeah, that's the advice that I'm gonna give out there. Cause already they already gave me advice. Like me going home tomorrow, if I go home to stay in my room, make sure that I'm not going outside. And already my room was designed in a way whereby it's like, like I'm isolating myself because of the transplant that I had. So this isolation is not like, it's not new to me. It's something that I've been through before. So mentally, it didn't really affect me because I was already used to it. But yeah.
To those of you who are watching us right now, Emmanuel is a transplant, patient, as I said. Let's talk more about your transplant from the past, because I know that people who are immunocompromised are more likely to be affected with this coronavirus than those who are not. Immunocompromised meaning those, people whose immune systems are very low. You've gone through transplant. Let's let the viewers understand a little bit about your background, if you don't mind. Let's talk about the
Okay.
transplant and the sickle cell and being cured.
So basically, I was born with sickle cell. It was discovered. The doctors discovered it at the age of 2 years old back in Ghana, in Kolebu. I've been hospitalized approximately about 116 times. Sorry, excuse me, 116 times, and I've received over 300 blood transfusions. Um, in 2017, that was when my doctors here in the United States decided to actually do something by going ahead with the transplant. It was 50-50% chance I would survive or I may not survive, and I needed a donor to help me with that. So the donor was my sister. So we had to help my sister out, bring her here to do that transplant for me. So she went through the bone marrow process, and I went through the stem cell. They took 4 liters of blood from her, and then they gave me the blood. So I went through chemotherapy. They took everything out from me, destroyed all my blood, my cells, and they gave me her blood. And right now, I do not have sickle cell anymore. So that was the
We thank
process.
God. And the reason why I wanted you to share a little bit about your story is because we want people to really understand that the coronavirus, those people who have sickle cell, those people, the elderly, people with underlying condition who have poor immune system are more likely to be affected by this virus dangerously than we can imagine. So if you feel sad, if you feel you have a cold, if you feel that you are sick, you're young, you're healthy, and you have a little common cold, be very careful your interaction with people who have some underlying condition, such as sickle cell, such as any other chronic conditions that may be affecting an individual. So when you go closer to them, make sure that you're doing the proper sanitization, washing your hands, keeping that distance, keeping that close, very far distance, so that you don't compromise their health. So in all, Imam, we thank you so much. But at the same time, I guess I'm wondering, whatever it is that they say that you have now, is that contagious?
What I have right now, no, it's not contagious at all. But I just want my mom to go and check herself because she just came back from Ghana. Excuse me. She just came back from Ghana, so they want her to do herself as well.
Okay. So your mom just came back from Ghana, so they are advising her to get tested and to also isolate
Yes,
herself, or what is it?
yeah. To go check herself because she went through Amsterdam and she has as well. So she has been coughing ever since she came.
She has been coughing ever since she came. Okay, well, we hope that, she comes out negative as well. This is a lesson for all of
Yeah,
us to individually take care of ourselves. We're very happy that you were tested positive initially. Second, so they did three tests to actually confirm if an individual is
yeah.
positive or not.
They do those three tests based on the person's condition. Some people they will do two, some people they will do three. So for me, they wanted to make sure, so they did three confirmations.
Wow, okay. So now we can assure and reassure ourselves that Mr. Ghana, Mr. Africa, Emmanuel is healed and no longer a victim of this deadly virus that's going on. We thank God for your health and we wish you, speedy recovery. I wish there was a way to kind of show us how the isolation room and everything looks like so that the viewers who are watching can
Um,
actually see what isolation being in
I think I'll have
contained
to.
environment.
So this is like computers right here. So everything here is burned. There's no trash or anything, and this is where they put the food right here. So this is where they put it, and then I'll have to enter my code, and then I get the food. So, so, so then I can get the food here. And yeah, and I put it, and outside is I'm just like this is just outside, and that's it. And this is how big the room is. I have a little TV, like a little living room here with the TV and a little couch here. This is my bed right here. And I think that's it. And I have a little closet right here. And the bathroom too is here. Sorry. And this is the bathroom.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So
And these
everything
are
you
the
need is
machines that
inside the room.
helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
Wow. Well, Emmanuel, thank you so much. I mean, thank you for showing us your hospital room. We thank God that your test results, after
you're
three
welcome.
tests, you are finally cleared from this coronavirus. We wish you speedy recovery. I understand that they've given you some medication that's making you a bit drowsy. So we won't take much of your time. Thank you so much for chatting with DNT, and we wish you speedy recovery. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. All right, take
You're
care and have a
welcome.
good
Thank
day.
you for having me.
Uh, bye bye now.
Have a good day.